Hey everybody, just a little quick catching up. I'm going to try to keep this video short and simple due to time constrictions. But in this video we're going to focus on the Model 25 and its gun stocks. These are the original set that I've sanded down. I think I've done black cherry. The grain patterns popped out on it really awkward, but it's quite catchy and nice looking. I still opted to keep the rear rounded of the gun stock. Here's the foregrip. Looks pretty decent. Now, in my previous video, I told you about, I had those jumbo 4-stock grips, and it got me thinking, maybe I could kill two birds with one BB on this. So, on top of these jumbo 4-stocks, let me just hold this up here for illustration. I've already got these chiseled out, planed out, and that's the size of it. It might not look too different on the camera. All I need to do is go through and rip the knurls out on it with a rotary tool. It's already holed, it's already bedded. Now here's a stock. Here's stock size. And here's my jumbo size. That jumbo size almost fits perfectly in the size of that one. Side by side, you can just see how much larger it is, and it's going to be so much easier for the age-old user to actually grab onto them. So with these out of the way, what else am I going to touch on is, in the previous video I mentioned, that the Model 25 gun stocks that I had whipped out were going to be a special set, and I never did get quite in depth with that, but here we have it. So I'm going to use this two-piece set that I'm going to make, and this is going to be the intro to my dimensional gun stocks. And I'll get what I got jigged up. Call me redneck, call me country boy, call me whatever you want, but you know what? There's a way around everything. So let's just jump on in and get started. You may like what I've whipped up. Now coming over here, you'll find with our little table that I've got set up here, I've got a cordless Ryobi angle grinder set up to a 80 grit flap wheel. I've got my trigger locked in, and I got it zip tied in with a safety switch and all that, where I don't have to jibble jabble with all that. I can just slap a battery in the back and it's going to take right off. I got my safety glasses on, so I'm not expecting to die from this. It's just bear with it, it is what it is. So we'll come in with the Model 25 stock, and I'll let y'all watch me work my thing around here. And I'm not going back and forth like a tree saw. I'm actually taking strokes, just like you're petting your dog or your cat or whatever. Just slow strokes on it. And we're going to get the top shape in, the bottom shape in. And I don't know if I'll play around with the upper handle grip or not on it. We might try to give it some dimension and just see. We're just going to have to see how this little table is going to turn out on this gun stock. I never have done a Model 25 gun stock. Only done like for the 105Bs, and I've turned a couple of Red Riders out in the past, but yeah, this is going to be my first Model 25. So this is going to be a special two-piece set that I'm going to throw on the eBay store for the buyers, customers at hand. I don't know what to think about that notch. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I bet it looked pretty good as a setup on a finished deal on a Model 25. You don't really see a lot of them, believe it or not, the rear notches out of these. So I thought I'd throw that in there. So let's just go ahead and get started. with the top part shape brought in really well. Let's see here, that light's really messing with it. We got the top shaped in pretty well on it, but this is just the rough edge of it. We're going to come through and mellow it all out with a sander here in just a few. But yeah, not bad for a start. So now we're going to focus on the bottom half. Once I got the shaping cut out with the flap wheel, I'll move it on down to the orbital sander with some heavy, this is real heavy stuff. I can't remember where I picked it up at, but this is some really good 220. And then, no, that's a 120. Then I'll come down to the 220 paper here, and to knock it down and, you know, further embellish it in, I'll take it to the 400. When I got the 400 knocked out, let's move on over here. Here's our regular plank, and here we've got our dimensional. I'll come on in with a wet rag, and I'll go ahead and give it a good decent wiping, and I'll see some places that I've got to clean up, like up in here. Got to do some work on here, just some fine detail sanding. You can see some work in here that I need to be doing. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. And there it is. Pretty much all shaped out, just up for the final touches. Now, since I'm going to be setting this off to the side, we'll come back over here to these jumbo planks. And I've already got them marked out with a pencil where I need to be doing the knurls on it. And up for that, I'm going to be using the rotary tool here. And I've got a nice little round bit that I like to use for this task. Whenever I go through here, it ain't going to be nice and pretty by much. But with the trough started in it, I like to go in, and I'll do all the rest of it with some handwork with a chainsaw file. Keeps a nice level profile going all the way around it. Make sure you got a nice straight trough line going in, and it really makes the edges stand out. That's about it for this special Model 25 set, guys. I'm out of time today, but I'll come back and finish these up. For getting the final fitment in for the cross pin, what I'm going to do with the jumbo stock is I'm going to oversize hole each side where you can see what you're doing, and then just a little ways in I'm going to downsize it for the original pin to slide in and out, so you've got easy access for getting your punch or whatever you need to get a tool in there to get it set into place. And that's about it, y'all. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, checking out, knowing my process. And if you like the content, just like, share, subscribe, and tell your plinking partners. Till next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Later.